All right, in this video, I will be hard connecting my dehumidifier directly into my floor drain, mainly because I just don't like having to come down every morning and pour the water down the drain. You see it's a little dusty, but there's a little cap on the back of these things and you can install a hose into that. You could use a regular garden hose, but I got a few other things that I'm going to use instead. And then you could run that right into a floor drain, or you could run that into a pump, and the pump can lift it up into your sink. They make special pumps for this, but because I'm going to use it in the basement, I don't need a pump because I have this floor drain, which is already being discharged into by the home's HVAC unit. So it's already all set up to have water run down that drain. Now, why do you want to do this, and why does a dehumidifier help make your home feel cooler? Here's a heat index chart. You can see I put a little box around the 90 Fahrenheit. If you're at 40% humidity, it's going to feel like 91 Fahrenheit. But if you're up at 70% humidity, it's going to feel like 105 Fahrenheit. So as it gets hotter, the increase in humidity actually makes a pretty big difference in how you perceive the temperature. So that is why lowering the humidity is beneficial. And I got a few attachments. The first one is to reduce it from a regular garden hose style attachment down to a 1/2 inch fitting. So you can see there is a washer inside of the fitting, so I don't need to use any Teflon tape on it, and I can screw it directly onto the dehumidifier. The second one I'm going to take goes from a 1/2 inch fitting to a 3/8 inch outside diameter shark bite style fitting. So this one has no gasket or O-ring or anything like that on it. So I'm therefore going to apply some Teflon tape. Now this is very low pressure. In fact, it is no pressure whatsoever. The water just sort of drips out. So it's not that big of a deal. It's not really going to leak most likely, but I'll put the Teflon tape on it just to make sure that there's no leakage at any time. And then I will screw that 1/2 inch fitting in there, and you can see there's sort of that shark bite. Basically just shove the connection in there to make it fit. Like I said, you could use garden hose, but it is more expensive. And this is 1/4 inch inside diameter, 3/8 inch outside diameter. So like I said, that is a 1/2 inch connection going to a 3/8 inch forward. And I'll put links in the description for some of these things if I could find them on Amazon or whatever. And then for this tubing, you just jam it straight in there. And that's pretty much it. And you can see the water come out immediately because obviously I have it running. And that is it. Now I'm going to take the end and shove it down into my floor drain just like that. So it's just set up exactly how the furnace and air conditioning unit for the house are already set up. So now I could run my dehumidifier 24 hours a day, and I don't need to change the water bucket anymore. And like I said, they do have things online where you can discharge into a small pump, and then the pump is plugged in somewhere else, and then it can pump the water up into a sink. So if you don't have the floor drain, it is possible to still do this. You just need something that'll lift it up into a sink, and some dehumidifiers also have that feature. Obviously, this is a cheaper version of a dehumidifier. Nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't have a pumping function that'll be able to lift it up into a sink. Really, the water just flows out, and that's it. It will not go uphill. Anyway, super happy not to have to change the water bucket anymore. Thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.